Hello, my wonderful shiny gems. How's it going? Today we will be discussing the Egress Door. There is one thing you should know how to do, which is create ranks. That's up in the right-hand corner. And let's get started. So, today we are going to discuss Egress Doors. The first thing you need to know is you need a foundation and a door frame. This could be a hatch frame, so a hatch frame, or even a gate as well. They all match. You press the egress doors and you hit that, and let's get into the panel itself. Alright, first thing you'll notice, you'll want to name it. Always name your egress. We're going to name it Quest Door. Enable it if you want to actually have people be able to use it regardless of whether or not it's usable. I usually disable this just because so people don't mess with it. I am always in a small clan, so I disable that. And of course override the name so that way it tells you that it's a quest door. Alright, global announcement and local announcements telling the people whether or not it's being opened, been opened, so on and so forth. Visual egress display, you can make it look however you'd like. It has gates and hatches as well. I like this heavy door frame look. We hit apply. Awesome. Alright, you can make it rank lock. We'll make it debugged lock. We're doing this as we go because we're gonna set up Midnight's Mushi Editor and do this for you. Is it guild rank lock? So if you allow guilds to have egress doors, they can have like an officer only room or so on and so forth type idea. And you can also have an admin only room door and so on and so forth. All right. Does this door require an item? And does the item get removed? We'll say yes, it removes the item. This hide required item is for the notification. When someone tries to open the door, does the egress door tell them that they don't have the required item, or do they tell it you don't have this specific item to open the door? We're gonna hide this because who knows? Might as well. Alright, we're gonna select an item. It is gonna take a moment to load, and we'll come back when it loads. Okay, we are back. We are gonna actually do a key to have the requirement. Now I have Savage Steel 1 and 2 added into my mods as well as Age of Calamitous. So that's where these keys come from, Savage Steel. So if that's what you want to use, go ahead and use it. The rest of these keys have some form of other use, which is, in other words, use as your at your own discretion. All right, we're gonna use this item. Add item. There we go. All right, key 1. Yep. All right, so does this thing ignore the date depending on open time? So this tells them that it's open 24 hours from 0 to 24 hours. Okay. And then of course the date. You can change the date to whatever you want. So like if it's like opened for 7 days or for like this date to this date type idea. You could also open it for a duration like days, minutes, hours, and whatnot instead. And then of course you can make it cost money. And this is Pippi money, guys. Pippi money. Keep that in mind. Does it have a password? We're going to say yes. It's going to be quest. And then of course you can also collect the Pippi gold. This is kind of good if you again allow guilds, like guilds, clans, give them like a couple of egress doors, and they're like, okay, you can enter for this amount and so on and so forth. Okay, so we're gonna hit apply. I'm gonna hit close. I don't have the item. I do have the rank, but this is what it's gonna say. You do not have the required item to use this egress door. Okay. Now that's with the hide required item. We're gonna hit apply, hit close, and then it says you do not have one key to open this egress door. Alright. So there's that. We're gonna hide that again, hit apply, hit close. We're gonna go into Midnight's Mushi Editor here in just a sec. Okay, we are in Midnight's Mushi Editor. This gives me the debug rank. This gives me the actual item that I need to access the door. The bounce nodes act like a loop, so it goes, I click one of these options and it bounces back to one of these options. Is basically all it does. It's so I don't have to click this, hit back, click this, and hit back. That's all it does, okay? So we're gonna hit Shift S and then Shift, well actually it's Control S and then Control Shift Quit, or Q. Hit apply, hit close, talk to Midnight, and we're gonna ask for the item, give the rank, and then we're gonna check on the door. Alright, let's do this. Alright, there we go. So I have the rank, I have the item, so I now must put in the password. And there you go. And it removed a key. And I'm able to enter. And of course it closes on its own. And you can call it good that way. Alright. Yeah, I think that covers everything. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channels. Now, one more thing we need to discuss. Let's get back into Mushi Editor. Action trigger. Alright, so we're going to add one more option node and we're going to do an action trigger, okay? Hold on. Give it 1 sec. This goes here. This goes here. Come on. Clickety click. Thank you. And then, of course, we wanted to go back to that. Triggers door. Alright. Now we can go trigger and then we can say quest door. Alright. Again, Control S, Control Shift Quit, hit apply, hit close. Alright. So we're gonna do this so we can see the door. Alright. So we talk to Midnight and we trigger quest door. And it works like that. So yes, and a thespian can trigger the door. But that said, you might want to have it where it closes immediately when the door is triggered so you can walk right through it. Or have the thespian right next to it, blah blah blah. But a thespian can physically trigger this egress door as well. And it works as intended. Now if you have the egress disabled, and we hit apply, let's show you this next. Okay, so Midnight triggers door. It still triggers the door, so you can have it also disabled and it'll trigger properly like it's supposed to. Alright, but if you have it disabled and you have the quest giver like really far away, you might want to just have it enabled and requires to have the item for it or figured out the riddle in some form, and so keep that in mind. Alright guys, that is the egress doors with their trigger. Next video we will get into triggers far more in depth as per a request from a viewer. So we can show you all the triggers, what works, what doesn't work, all in one video after the portals video. So you got this video, the portals video, then action triggers, okay? So we're going to do the portals next video, and then we'll do an in-depth action triggers so you can see which triggers work and how they work. Alright? I will see you guys all next time. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget, stay shiny. And I'll see you guys all next time.